Good morning, world. Steffi here with the morning bloom on Wild Wellness, bringing you information about nature, illumination, cultivating world-wild peace within and without through interdisciplinary and eclectic healing modalities such as tarot, astrology, herbalism, and psychodynamic therapies. Welcome. So today I'm going to be starting the first in our series of morning blooms, which are just quick little tarot card readings that bring us a little illumination first thing in the morning to get our creative juices flowing and connect us to spirit through the medium of what some people call oracle cards. And these are not to predict the future. I don't do this because I'm claiming to be a prophet. I do this because this is fun, and it's a way of using sacred imagery and plants and energy, as well as archetypes, animal totems, astrology. Let's see here, what else? Dream analysis. There's so much that can go into the subconscious through the use of tarot cards. And with morning blooms and morning meditations, we are able to oxygenate our minds, our bodies, and our spirits. We're able to spend a little bit of time together in the mornings, connecting with small moments of silence. I'm doing this class with a new friend of mine who is also a belly dance teacher here in Vermont. I'm very excited to learn about belly dance as well. And one of the things that we're focusing on is what can we do right in this moment, right now, today, that would make everything else easier or unnecessary. And the answer that I've come up with through my long list of things that I could be doing is breathing. That's one thing that we can always do that takes priority over everything else, and rejuvenates us and sets the stage for calm action, for being centered in stillness. So today's morning messages, today's Blluminations for you. Bllumination is also the name of my blooming podcast. Right now it's more in its sprout season, as many of my projects are, and you can find Bllumination, BLLUMINATION, on Buzzsprout. Alright, so for today, I just put the energy and the intention in these cards to bring us some messages from the Soulful Plant Spirit Oracle deck to enliven and enlighten our spirits and our hearts on this beautiful, almost summer day, and to give us the nourishment on our spiritual or soulful journeys, some type of a message that may give us a little boost of motivation for the day. First, we have Echinacea, one of my favorites, Echinacea, which represents in this deck consciousness. Echinacea stimulates and awakens your consciousness, helping break up and release outdated personal stories, emotions, and attachments that are holding you back from positive growth and self-realization, and awakening awareness of your true self when you have forgotten or lost connection. What a beautiful card. I will show you some Echinacea here on this property. There are two main types, Echinacea angustifolia and Echinacea purpurea, also used by many to help boost the functioning of the immune system. This coneflower also represents, for me, having on our crown, keeping our crown on straight, centered in our own self-love and self-care, and putting that intention and that work into empowering our own self-belief and tapping into the true, bare, pure consciousness that already is, that already exists within us. So echinacea, positive growth, self-realization, awakening awareness of your true self when you have forgotten or lost connection, and releasing outdated personal stories, which I believe that we're doing this both individually and collectively, and that this process sometimes goes more smoothly than others, but when we are aware of it, when we are conscious of what is happening within ourselves and the world and others around us, it makes for that process, that flight, that transition to be less turbulent, and for things to unfold, to bloom even more beautifully when there is that ease and grace, ease and grace that comes with being conscious. We'll take 2 more cards because I know everyone has busy days and lots of things to do. So thank you for being part of my morning bloom here on Wild Wellness. Self-heal, responsibility. Amen to that. Aho, or so it is, ashe, whichever word you choose. Love it. Make it my new ending. True healing is a journey that engages the whole of your being in a spiraling process of deeper and deeper levels of understanding and self-awareness. Again, that self-awareness key keeps coming up. Self-heal addresses the special connection between your soul and your body and encourages you to take responsibility for your own personal journey. So I know that for me this is very pertinent, and this, that practice what we preach, that actions speak louder than words, really, but also, really taking responsibility for your own consciousness and your own healing. And I am an advocate of that, and that's why I went into studying plant medicine in the first place and natural healing modalities, was because I wasn't finding, even as a child, the care that I would have benefited from within the traditional dry allopathic healing model, or even in the community model that I was in. And so taking responsibility, knowledge is power, and that's the best healthcare we can have, is educating ourselves and becoming conscious about our health issues, our personal issues, our professional issues, on whatever levels suit you. I will show you sources, but I will not tell you what to think. I will allow for the flowers of your mind, the plants of your mind, to bloom and fruit on their own accord, because nothing in nature can be hurried, nor is it rushed, yet everything is accomplished, right? I mean, how long, I read again this morning, you don't plant seeds and then dig them up every day to see if they've grown. So when it comes to our self-care and our self-healing and our consciousness, being responsible and dedicated and following through with routines and sticking to them, however challenging they may be, and that responsibility also helps to nourish your consciousness, not just of the mind, but of the awakened heart and the open mind. Last but not least, illumination, Aster, which makes me think of Esther and the story of Esther. We had a ton of asters here that I let my lawn grow very tall, to the point where the neighbors are like, why is she not mowing her lawn? But the bees get the flowers, and it's beautiful, and I like to appreciate the wildflowers. So, Aster, illumination. Perfect for Bllumination and today's morning blooming. Like a star illuminating your way, Aster helps provide clarity and focus so that you can discover appropriate channels of communication and self-expression without anxiety and self-consciousness. Aster helps you to manifest your creative ideas, translating inspiration into physical form. And on the bottom of the deck, because I love the bottom of the deck, Yarrow, boundaries. So, like a little umbrella or shield, Yarrow offers protection from negative energies or toxic influences. She helps you to build strong, healthy boundaries and compassionate awareness of self and others, and to avoid unnecessary energy leaks or giant spills and general depletion as you evolve and grow. And so, looking at the 3 cards we pulled: consciousness, responsibility, illumination, echinacea, self-heal, and aster. So surrounding yourself with things that you find beautiful. For me, flowers are something that I find very beautiful, as well as trees and other aspects of nature, including people. And so through stimulating and awakening your consciousness and putting your crown on and keeping it straight, having right thinking, having positive thinking, having a clear mindset, taking responsibility for your own holistic health, taking responsibility for your own true healing, because I believe it was Hippocrates said, heal thyself, which is another thing I wanted to bring up. The Hippocrates Oath, which I'm pretty sure all doctors say, actually has included in it that you cannot be paid for the services that you do. So if people are medical providers and they're taking the Hippocratic Oath verbatim, technically they're violating that oath just by taking money for their work. And so as someone who does practice as a healer and a leader, a lot of the work that I've done hasn't been televised. A lot of the work that I've done has been in private healthcare settings where there are strict confidentiality rules. A lot of the work that I have done has been with children. And I am just now growing into sharing a lot of these works and insights and tools and experiences with the world. So thank you for your patience and your support and your nourishment through this process. And so now I am taking responsibility, like the self-heal says, for my part in that. One little bit at a time. And when we do that, when we awaken our consciousness, take responsibility for ourselves, we become like a star. We are able to see the stars illuminating our way, guiding us to home or to where we need to go or be, and helping us to have that clarity and focus so that we can have the appropriate channels for our energy, appropriate channels for communication and expression, free from anxiety, sans anxiety. And so then we can be creative and express our best self. And knowing that Yarrow's got our back, Alquimilla Vulgaris has our back. Or no, I'm sorry, that's Lady's Mantle. Achillea milfolia. Sorry, I'm going to do a video about my Lady's Mantle that's sitting, over there. But that's another plant that can help us through this journey. But Yarrow helps us with the boundaries and helps us to feel safe so that we can become conscious, heal, and blluminate and bloom and become illuminated and feel safe doing that, safe and sacred. Blooming into your brightest, most shiniest, most delicious, beautiful, nourishing self. So that you can give from your cup that is overflowing. Thank you for your time and attention this morning. My apologies for the dog, but this is real, raw, and unedited. So bless you on your way of coming home to being the wildly well you, taking a walk in the wild side with plants and your hostess, Steffi. Plant some seeds and be a blessing. Bye.